Fall Decorating 2024 begins today on my channel. Now, if you happen to be hanging out with me last year when I packed all of this away, you saw where I did a bit of organizing, purged or donated items that I hadn't used in quite some time, so that when I went to open them this year, I wouldn't feel frustrated or overwhelmed. So I organized each bin, or tried to, by color. So I tried to do my neutral picks in here and my more colorful ones in this bin. I have neutral branches in this bin, more colorful ones in this one. And in this one, I have textiles like pillow covers, dish towels, throws, etc. And then I also have this one bin filled with nothing but pumpkins, where I try to separate it with colored pumpkins on one side and then the white or neutral ones on the other. Now, having said that, I might have to get another bin because I did do a little bit of shopping when I took you on a field trip to Hobby Lobby the other week. Brought home a few goodies from there and a couple of other places, and I look forward to sharing all of my finds with you in the coming weeks. Welcome to our little sunroom, which is right here off of the kitchen. If you've hung out with me before when I've decorated this room, you may have heard me say that this is one of my favorite rooms in our home, only because of the amount of natural light that it gets throughout the day. A couple of days ago, it had lots of blue in here for summer. I went ahead and took all of that away, and we've got a nice blank slate to decorate it for fall. So the 2 chairs are staying. The buffet is gonna stay, as is the runner. I had this here for summer, but I think the texture will be perfect for fall. Gonna go ahead and keep the baskets there, but we need to add wall art, pillows, accessories, and while I like the sisal by itself, let me go grab a rug just to add a little bit of layering. That's a little bit better. This cute rug is several years old. I'll link it below in case you've been looking for something like this. It's a faux hide. I love layering this rug. Now, I know it's small and it might be a little too small for the seagrass below it, but we're just gonna go with it anyway. I like the colors, the neutral palette, and that it kind of ties everything together with the lighter cream and the beige. So with that in place, let's go ahead and style the buffet. Now, since I have my lamps on each end, I want to add something right in the middle, starting with a pair of books that are going to act as a riser. And then I'm going to bring in this beautiful vase that I found earlier this year at Home Goods. Going to set it right on top of the books. Now I want to add a really large, impactful arrangement, and I'm thinking I'm going to use these new branches along with these a little more neutral, and these that have just a little bit of green. I'm going to start with these first, and one thing I learned a long time ago to do is, if your branch is too tall for the vessel that you're using, instead of cutting it, because you might regret that later, just bend the bottom until you have the length that you need. Next, I'm going to go in with this more neutral leaf. Got 3 of each so far, so I have one on the right, one on the left, and one in the back. Same with this. And then unfortunately, I only have 2 of these. I know I have a 3rd one hiding somewhere. So for now, I'm just going to place one here and then there. Now, while I like this, it's got a lot of muted tones. I can pull on the branches to, make them come down a little bit more. I think I might add one more pop of color. I just love these, especially because the branches are really bendable and it has a lot of movement. Okay, I think that's better. I know I'm going to be messing around with this and you know, shifting things around to fill in any gaps, and hopefully I will find that other branch that's got the green that I can mix in up there. But for now, I think it looks okay. What do you think? After looking at the lamp on the runner, I've decided I want to do a little something. I have 2 of these plates, and while I know it means I'll be covering up the pattern, I really like this border. So let's just see what this looks like. That's not too bad, is it? When I stand back and look at this, you know, I could just leave it like it is, but you've got 3 pieces that, you know, your eye's just kind of going right in a row. So I want to add something where your eye goes gently down, then up, down, then up, and I think I have just the thing. Look at these cute pumpkins. They're from Hobby Lobby. My husband went and got them for me once I saw them going viral on TikTok. But what I love is that it comes as a set of 3. The bottom is hollow, so you can create little topiaries. Now, instead of using all 3, I'm just going to use the middle size and the smaller one, because if I used all of them, it would be as tall as the arrangement. So I'll have 2 on this side, 2 over here. And now I've got a little bag of loose leaves. I think I might just scatter some in the colors I used up above. As an afterthought, I decided to add a few leaves in between the pumpkins just to break them up a bit and add some color. Same reason I added a couple of these pumpkins. I decided to add a little bit of ribbon to each lamp just to give it a little bit of color so that it ties in with something going on in the arrangement. And then down below in the empty cubby of the buffet, I have this little wreath that matches the colors that's going on up above in the arrangement. And then I have a faux pumpkin. I went ahead and popped the stem off just so it would fit. I'm gonna place it right on there and slide it on in. Okay, well, I was gonna move on to the chairs and add pillows. Miss Ivy has other plans. So let's do the artwork instead. Here are the 2 prints that I've chosen to add in here this year. What I like to do is have 2 copies made of each print, but then I'll do a set at a mirror image. So you'll see that once they're hung up. But I love all of the fall colors. And see, that's why I added the colors I did in the arrangement. You've got a little bit of green and the rust and the mustard, a little bit of a brighter orange. Now, I have seen this trick done involving Mod Podge, and we're gonna test it out right now. So basically all you do is you get a little bit of Mod Podge and just use one of these little brushes and dab it in. And then you just gently add it to your print. And supposedly what it does once it dries clear is it just makes it look a little more authentic, like a painting versus a print. Here's the other set with the mirror image, but I want you to see it before and after, although the Mod Podge is still drying on the other one. See, that's, you know, clean, crisp, flat, if you will. Now again, remember the Mod Podge, it's still drying, but where it has dried, can you see that little, the sheen or that just added dimension that it gives it? The prints are now hung, although I see where I need to add more double-sided tape. They're puckering just a little bit, so let's just ignore that for now. So anyway, you see how I have the church up at the top, and then the little village print is down at the bottom on this side. I've reversed the order on the other side of the room, and you can see they are mirror images as well. This is just a way of tricking my brain into thinking I have companion prints and not exact prints, making me feel as though I've got a little bit of asymmetry going on. And at the same time, it suits my need or slight obsession with symmetry. Now we can do something with the chairs. Ivy has moved, and Charlie is now here to supervise. But I want to just make them cozy, adding pillows and matching throws. First thing I'm going to do is add one of these throws. I found it recently at Target. I just love that rusty orange look. It's not too bright. I'm going to drape that over the arm. Then I'm going to bring in one of these pillows. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have the design or I could turn it around and leave it plain. Now I'm going to add one of these pillows. Isn't it pretty? I found two of them at TJ Maxx 3 or 4 years ago, but I love that it has the colors that are in the arrangement as well as in the prints. And because I still have these larger pumpkins that are part of the trio, I'm going to place one beside each chair. I think we're ready for a look around, but just for fun, let's look at where we started. Here's the before. Well, friends, that's all for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me as we get started qualifying our home. I really appreciate your company, and I hope you enjoyed the video and will consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.